Hello everybody, welcome back to Sports Card Connections and our world tour continuing. We're nearing the end. We enter Southern Europe. We're going to take a look at some sets from a few European nations and some vintage and more recent. Just it's kind of a combo deal. And to see some of the unusual things that are out there. And we'll start off in what was Yugoslavia. These cards are rather rare. I have about 30 of them, but they come in different varieties. They're rather what you might call crude. They're from the late 50s, early 60s, when Yugoslavia was a nation before it broke back up into its component parts. So here we start off with the varieties. They look like this if you see them. They'll have a name on there. These are the action ones. There's never, the backs are all blank. And the registration is horrible. I've only seen them for sale one other time, and they're listed in an English veteran dealer and collector's catalog as being quite scarce. So you have the action type, that's Bora Kostic of Red Star Belgrade, and then you have, it says dynamic, whoa, come on, dynamic defensive play. There we go. You can see they're all hand cut. They were made off of sheets by who knows whom. Not all of them are in color. Now here we have a team card. You see that name in the middle, Miljutinovic. Well, his brother Bora was the U.S. national team manager in the 1994 World Cup. But this is his brother, and that his brother is Milos, and a very well-known Serbian, I believe, player. See the card number 7067, what relevance that is to, is it really the number? I don't know. There's not much known on these. Another version, here we have Lazar Radovic of Partizan Belgrade. You had the headshot version with, some unusual graphics. Here is a famous goalie, Vladimir Bira. There we go, with writing on his forehead. This is the kind of stuff you take whatever you can get, obviously. They are very scarce and very unusual to be found, especially from that era. Here we have Srdan Sebanak, OFK Belgrade. Little different look to the, and that was the year on it, 1960, to the graphics. Ivan Toplak, Red Star Belgrade. This is one of the better condition ones. There we go. And finally, an interesting one of Momcilo Gavric, OFK Belgrade. Now, what's interesting about him, he went by the nickname Gabo Gavric, and he later, 1969, he played for the San Francisco 49ers. He was their kicker. Then he played in the North American Soccer League as a player and manager. So unfortunately, there was no card of him with the 49ers. He basically, when their longtime veteran kicker Tommy Davis succumbed to injuries and just wasn't very effective anymore, early in 1969, the 49ers signed Gavric, who was playing for the local North American Soccer League team, to be their kicker the rest of the year. So I have a card of him as player manager for the San Jose Earthquakes, and then this card. But nothing with the 49ers. Anyways, there's Gabo Gavric. We take a look at a more modern look to them, and these are similar to Panini because all European leagues, are going to have the Panini style set with the album. This is Sports Club Sarajevo. Obviously founded in 1946. You see here, BH Bosnia-Herzegovina. That's the only identifier. Here's one of the player cards. They are very colorful. Their coordinate is a map of Bosnia and Herzegovina there in the league. So, Ivan Tadimirovic. Again, all you do is get a numbered. So we move on from the Slavic regions there. And we're going to head... Get it on there. There we go. Well, that's not going to fit. Everything's falling down because I had those spread too wide. So maybe an alteration would be in line. There we go. And we're going to move across to Italy. Italy has a long card history, lots of issues. We're just going to look at a few types. We're doing a lot of this is looking at types. So here we are, some early 60s. And all you get here is last name. Backs are blank. And again, like most things, they would be issued with an album. That's Gianni Rivera. I haven't looked up Barasone, the previous player. But again, both these are blank back. They're not numbered. You can easily find the set they're from. I just didn't bother for this video, but it's the only two I've got. We move up to 1967. The great player Luis Suarez, Luisito, it's little Louis, with Inter Milan. This is 1967. You might see, if you see these, it's like this. Champions of Sport. Of course, it's Panini with their famous knight with his long lance there. And you can, of course, get the Magnificent album. So, Inter Milan, I have a number of their players in there. There's Suarez. We move now to the mid-70s. Here's a 1974. Pierluigi Massoni of Ascoli. And the 74s, everybody is the same. Just like usually Panini did the headshots, well, in 74, they did the full-length shots. I prefer those, but there you go. Here's a set I don't know anything about. Dunga, the great Italian star, in his younger days. And blank back. Don't have any of the cards that go with this. It is numbered. Somebody out there I'm sure knows, but I don't. It was just in a lot I bought. Of course, being Brazilian, you get the whole long name down there, and then the title he went by. Panini did this set in 2000. Super Calcio. Calcio is the Italian name for soccer and or football. Roberto Baggio, all-time great Italian star. So these were numbered by positions, and that's forwards, attaccante. Then we have, I should put some of these out. American card makers jumped in with Score, and these you can get readily anytime you want on eBay. Those will just go in front. And of course that's the Score. It did two sets. They did the 91-92 and 92-93. These are by far the more common. That's the great Dutch star Frank Rijkaard for AC Milan. Very detailed cards. The other one I'll show is Roberto Mancini. I have nearly the whole set, just missing a few. Warning, you can get the boxes and everything cheap, relatively, but their collation is terrible. And of all the ones I've bought, I still do not have a set. So I'm still missing like about 15 or something. But it has the complete lineups for the top division, which is, come on, Serie A, or A series. And you see up there, it tells you Sampdoria is in A. And then it also has selected players from B, Serie B, the second division. So, as you know, with world soccer or football, teams move up and down every year in the divisions based on how you finish. So you want to be in the top, you want to be in the big leagues, you win. Like in England, for example, the bottom three teams move down to Division 2, the top three teams join the Premier League. So all the other leagues basically follow suit. So every year you will have a different lineup in who's in the top. So these are probably the most common Italian cards you can get, even including the Panini sticker type sets. But Panini also makes cards. Here we have Calcio, I think it's 2000. Yep. And they're very, very colorful. This set, I've got a near set. And you get the player's history down there. and all the vital stats and everything like that. So Panini does a very good job. This is a very nice set, and there's a lot of these types of sets. This one is, let's see, is this before or after? Here we go with another one, and that's a young Paolo Cannavaro for Parma. So Italy, a lot of sets, card and sticker. These are just a few quick examples of stuff readily available. There is a lot of older sets. Italy has a long card history, and very fascinating what you can get, including the current things like Panini Adrenaline and those type of issues. That also, Panini Adrenaline, here's an example. This is the only card I'll show from Portugal, from Maritimo, or Maritime. And it's the typical Panini Adrenaline for playing the game. I also have Panini sticker sets from, or cards from Portugal. Very typical. This is what the modern European collecting is like. You're either going to have Topps Match Attacks and Panini Adrenaline and the Panini sticker albums and sticker type cards every year. So that's what I'm showing for Portugal, because I don't want the video to go on forever. But they're very, very similar between leagues to leagues to leagues. Spain is another one. So the Panini Adrenaline, the sets will mirror the designs. Like this would be the same one if they were doing Germany, Italy, Holland, whatever, France the same year. They all look basically the same. And see, 50th anniversary of Panini on there. Again, there's nothing about the players on these. The club is Osasuna. That's Juan Fran, which is, he's John Francis something. Juan Francisco. And this year is 10-11. The next year, again, similar. In the 2011s, Adriano of Barcelona. You can see comparing the 2 years. It's just, they don't do much. They usually show a playing field there. They show you which part of the field. He's a defenseman. You see he's down on the left. Midfielder. The orange stripe tells you that's where he plays, to give you a visual. So the Panini Adrenaline, they're very consistent. They're very nice sets. They have the player ratings down there for playing the game. But they'll be consistent from country to country generally. And, there are a lot of cards to collect, and you get a lot of players. Spain also has something called Ediciones Este, or this edition, this set. They've done these for years. They're oversized sticker cards, much nicer than Panini. They are always two pictures. You get the close-up and a game picture or a posed picture. And I'll tell you, that's an official collection of stickers for the La Liga, the league. This is 06-07, and Dae of Levante. And the one thing, a lot of times they are not, surprisingly, is numbered. You'll get, a lot of times as well, if they made a change since the album was printed, it'll give you a guy, say, here, put this instead of the other guy on there. So the update, you're supposed to put it over his sticker or something. That's crazy. But Ediciones Estes are very nice because they're large size and you get all the players. We'll stick them there. Mundi Chromo, or World Cards, let me get this better, have been making cards forever in Spain. And let me tell you, they really print a lot of players. And this is the 96-97. Gilmar of Real Zaragoza. And this card is number 281, but I've seen them numbered way up over 1,000 because they will do all the divisions. That's 96-97. Here's a 2005. And backs are relatively the same. 05-06. Here's 07-08. They'll be coordinated by team colors. Valladolid is white and purple. Javier Baraja. Here's a 2012 of Carlos Puyol of Barcelona. This one has called Quizback. and they'll have a multiple choice quiz. These are calling themselves the official quiz game collection. This is number 7, but boy, they go up really high. There's lots of these cards because they go, as I said, they go down to the lower divisions as well. So you can really get a lot of players. Now, that's one version of those. Mega Cracks is Panini's top-end card, I think, in Spain. I like these. If we can get it to focus. Yeah. Okay. I've got most of this set, which is the 2011. They're color coordinated, so every team, the borders and everything goes with their uniform and team colors. This is Villarreal, who, as you can tell, wears yellow. Okay, these cards will be about, let's say, the starting lineup for each of the top division teams, plus some replacement players, rookies, whatever. Here's another version, 2013. And again, this is that's number 222. It can get about, let's say, 400 and so cards. This is an older issue, Athletic Bilbao, Guerrero, Goicoechea. And this set is an entire set of 2-on-1s, which I actually hate. But such as it is, they do have the top 2 divisions. But these might turn up occasionally on eBay. Here's a more current one of the young Portuguese player João Felix for Atletico Madrid. And this is a Mega Cracks 2020. So that gives you an overview for Spain. There's a lot of older issues as well, mostly sticker issues, but those are kind of the card issues. Our final stop in Southern Europe is Greece. And Greek cards don't show up that often on eBay, but you can find them on occasion. I've got some unusual stuff, so it's worth taking a look at. Here we have Christos Apostolidis. These cards sometimes will show up. There's hundreds of them, and they're from the early 80s. Some of them will be the Greek League, like this one. Some of them will be for the World Cup in 1982. His club, Panachaiki. They have the light blue backs, which all say the same thing. So what we have on the back there is his last name, left to right, and then the Christos, they're just putting the X and P, and then his club underneath. From 1974, I've got these. Found these at a card show. It's the only place I've seen them. I'm sure they were meant for an album. I have about 15 or 20. And Georgios Sideropoulos of AEK Athens, goalkeeper. And then some Greek text about the set. But, come on. There we go. So they're blue bordered, a little bit thin, as you can tell. Unusual. Another 1974 issue. It's actually the only one I've got. Antonis Antoniadis. And, no, there's at least 71 cards, as you can tell. But blank-backed. Panathinaikos always has the clover. You think it's an Irish team. Here's another unusual thing. These came out of a magazine. And the magazine is B-L-E-K Blek. Go figure. As you can see, that's in Greek, but that says Blek. And we have Petros Mikos, defender of Olympiakos. I have about 10 or 12 of these. And of course, Panini has a big presence. Here is actually American national team player. We can get it too. There we go. No, there we don't go. Yeah. Jacques Ladouceur. If we want to cooperate. Yes, Panionios. And Here's a 1998. That's Mark Robbins, who also played for Manchester United, playing in Greece here for, I don't want to screw it up. That's Panionios as well. So you never know who you're going to run across. Golden Shop also issues their own sticker sets, which are more well-known in Greece. Now this year is 2005. And the team is Skoda Xanthi. I'm probably messing that up. Giannis Papadimitriou of Skoda Xanthi. A lot of team cards. Soccer collectors really like team cards. And that is the team for Rhodes, where the Colossus was. Yes, Rhodes. Sometimes the lower division teams like Rhodes, all you get's a team card in some sets, and I think all there is in this set are team cards for the lower divisions. In 2007, Ergotelis is the team. Yeah. And they're the one with the trippy font. Card number right on the front. Club logo upper left. Where soccer is huge in Greece. 0809. This is Craig Rocastle, cousin of David Rocastle, very famous player in England with Arsenal. It just doesn't want to go up there. I think it will. Yeah. So these have trouble with the cut, as you could tell. A lot of these I have are miscut. You read the team name. Team name Thrasivoulos Philis. They got the knight with his sword out. Here's Nolberto Solano of Larissa, same set. Again, the miscut on the right. The team card, that's Corinth. Or as it says down there, Corinthos. Here's Thrasivoulos Philis' logo card. You can see the number there. You're up to 576. And all the backs are the same. There's also cards. And here's John Terry of Chelsea. Now, this set is for the Champions League 08-09. And so they give you a lot of infos back here. There are a lot of, also, I've noticed, pirated cards coming out of Greece where somebody just, one Greek collector in a trade sent me cards that were basically pictures somebody downloaded off the internet and ran on a printer. And he was calling them cards, and I told him, George, these are not cards. These are somebody playing with pictures. So you never know what you're going to get. Here's another Golden Shop doing Champions League. That's Yaniv Katan of Maccabi Haifa. Because, of course, Israel participates in the Champions League in Europe due to the political situation of their own region in the Middle East. And some of those teams or countries refuse to play Israel. Final card we'll look at is Carlos Ruiz. He's played all over, well known in Major League Soccer. And here he is with Eros in Greece. So that's a good look at Southern Europe and just some of the things available. Next time we go to the rest of Europe, North and Central. Then we'll be on to England to complete our world tour. So thanks again for watching. We appreciate your interest. I hope this has been some information you don't get anywhere else and that it's informative to you. So thanks a lot. Bye.